Hello and welcome back to the Villa View for a post-match reaction. We're going to talk about the derby game with Max Stokes, aka Villa on Tour. How are you?
I'm very well, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate. We faked that, haven't we? Because we've already talked for ages. Just for the bit behind the scenes.
There you go.
We were both at Derby on the weekend. Mad scenes, as the kids say. What do you think?
Well, I think in some of the post-match things with Mings and Dean Smith, they've said this has been coming, but has it really? Because we've been really bad over the last 2 months. But I think, especially in the second half of the Stoke game, it was definitely there. Yeah. I think Dino said that he ripped into them a bit at half time.
Yeah, few home truths, I think he said.
And that absolutely worked. And you saw in the second half at Stoke, we were so good. I know we didn't win, but Butland had a bit of a mad one, and especially in the Derby game, we blew them away.
Yeah. Do you think that was our best performance of the season? Because obviously you go home and away, you've seen 90 minutes every game.
Yeah, before Saturday I would have said it was Derby away, we beat them 3-0. Yeah. And on my video I said, whether it was me getting caught up in the moment at half time on Saturday, but I did say that was better. Yeah. Obviously we scored 4 goals in 45 minutes, but Derby had nothing. I mean, when we played them away, they had a few chances, but in that game on Saturday, they just didn't.
Do you think that maybe the performance is sort of overshadowed that, yes, we played well, but because Derby offered nothing, that you can't consider it the best because we weren't playing against anything? Like you say, the away game, they were giving it back. So we were fending that off and still scored 3 goals in the second half. So a better overall performance, whereas this one, we blew them away before half time, and after that, training match, isn't it, really? Yeah. So is it a better performance overall?
Derby were really poor. I was surprised. Yeah, they've been poor in their last couple of games. They lost to Forest, they lost at home to Millwall, but they just offered absolutely nothing. But there you go, we took advantage.
Is that because we stopped them from offering anything there?
I don't know, because the defence didn't have to do much, did they? Jed Steers had to do nothing in the last 1.5 games.
Talk to me about Captain Jack. What a return that is, what a moment. Yeah. To come back after 3 months and play as captain and then to score that goal.
It's sheer disbelief at half time. Jake, who's on my videos, he wasn't happy when Grealish was announced as captain. I'm not sure why, because does it really matter? I would have given it to Elphick. I think he was captain, wasn't he, a couple of years ago when he first came in. Yeah. But you've got to give it to Jack, haven't you? It clearly worked. It gives him that little bit more confidence.
Yeah, I think Smith said after that, your natural leaders like Elphick, Mings and Whelan, they will offer captaincy traits without having the physical armband, whereas Jack he'll feel 10 foot taller only because of that armband. Like, just imagine that. Like, obviously we're both Villa fans. Most people watching will be Villa fans. First, being as good as Jack Grealish is, how good would that be? Yeah. To play for your local team in the Championship or not, to come out as captain in your loop roper kit made by a fan, you're walking out towards the whole end in a big game, you play well and you score a worldie before half time, like in 4-0.
It just goes.
Does it get any better than that?
Yeah. No, it doesn't.
Literally, that first half performance as a team, and Jack Grealish personally coming back from injury, captain, and that goal, and playing well as well throughout that, doesn't get better.
I think every player just put in a real shift. There was no negativity whatsoever. Yeah. There's not one player that I could say he didn't have the best game, but the team carried him. I think every player had to put in a good shift and played well.
If you had to, like, I'm not saying to be purposely negative, but if you had to find a weak point, perhaps, from that game, is there anything?
Maybe not from that game, but from in the future, because Elphick got injured, and that means House moving to centre back, and
two left footers at centre back.
Yeah, I know Mings would have to move to the right hand side, central defence, and I think someone said that he looked a little bit off balance when he played there. I'm not too sure. We'll have to wait and see. But obviously that means Taylor coming back in. And House has been so solid at left back in the last few games after getting a bit of stick in that Brentford away game. I am a big fan of Taylor. He's been getting a lot of stick recently, but I think he's okay. He's solid. He's not a world beater. He's
not flashy, is he? That's
he's not problem, incredible going forward. But then again, neither's House. I like Taylor.
Yeah, he'll have his good games and he'll have his bad games, but I think if in a better defence, he'll be less noticeable. Pleased for Connor. Obviously got some frankly horrible stick against Albion, was it? Everyone plays better when Jack Grealish is in the team. Didn't expect 2 goals though, and a good performance all round from him.
Yeah, I noticed he went forward a lot more in that game.
He's the first press, isn't he, most of the time?
Was it the first goal? Abraham gets it, and you can see Connor just sprinting, and we wouldn't have seen that in the last 2 games because he was a little bit more restricted.
That's just a positional thing, isn't it? That he's playing in his more favoured position now, but to make that impact and score 2, you can't ask for more than that from him either.
I think he's in the Who Scored Team of the Week. So he's done something right there, and he's scoring 2 goals. It's going to do the world of good for his confidence.
And the reception he got as well, obviously, I mean,
Yeah.
you're not going to carry on booing a player when he scored 2, but every time he went to take a corner, he was applauded and stuff like that. It's what we want to see. Like Stoke at half-time, they got applauded off, didn't they? Like, that will make a difference.
Yeah, exactly, and it's just... We've got a massive part to play. All the players say it. I know it's a bit of a cliche, but we've got a massive...
true though.
Yeah, exactly. If we cheer them off on whatever, it's just going to make them play better. Yeah. And it worked.
It seems obvious, but and it is a cliche because every player, probably every club says, "Oh, the fans are important. They're the 12th man." Yeah. But it does make, I know for a fact, it makes a difference. Is there a selection headache in midfield for Dean Smith with McGinn obviously back from suspension? Yeah. Does he come straight back in?
I said it in my Derby video. No.
Really?
Because I don't know. Because we were just so good.
You don't change a winning team, do you?
Exactly.
It's again a cliche.
Yeah.
But McGinn is.
Whelan was phenomenal on Saturday. He's not flashy. He just does the simple stuff.
I mean, there's probably arguably cause for him to be man of the match.
Yeah.
Which, if you consider that Jack Grealish has come back and scored a worldie and Conor Horan scored 2. Yeah. To say Whelan man of the match sounds mental. But
who do you take out? Who do you take out from McGinn?
Probably Whelan, but it's harsh.
But it's going to, especially...
I feel like you're going to need a player like that.
Yeah, on Sunday it's going to be... I know, again, another cliche, but in a derby it's...
But McGuinness will put it in like Whelan could as well. Yeah, he'll be everywhere, won't he?
He'll do a helicopter run.
Yeah. He'll be all over it.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Another possible is Horan, but you can't drop him after scoring 2, surely. And obviously Super Jack plays, unless there's some fitness issue that we don't know about at this point.
He will definitely come on McGinn if he doesn't start.
I think he'll start for Whelan. I think we'll be proactive and try and take the game to them.
It's an interesting one. But if he doesn't start, I'd bring him off because Grealish, can he play 90 minutes?
Yeah, that's the thing.
And especially in a derby, he's going to be getting hacked down constantly.
Yeah, I'm slightly concerned about that. What did you think about Elmo the other day? So obviously Hutton was injured against Stoke in the first few minutes. Looks like that could be weeks, I think. Yeah. Starting back to right back, again, I think he's made more of a bigger difference than you can first sort of realise after the game.
He's very good going forward. Especially in the 5 at the back formation. I know we don't play that, but I think he'd do well in a right wing back.
Oh yeah, but definitely better as a wing back.
Yeah, I just think he's like Whelan. He's not flashy or anything. He just does a really good job. And
ball in for the goal as well.
Exactly. Yeah, was it the Abraham goal? It was a quality ball in, and that's what he offers. Some of his deliveries we've seen this season. QPR away, he boots it like out for a throw in. Like some of his deliveries are horrendous, but he does have that quality.
But then some of Hutton's are like that.
Oh yeah.
So it's which one do you prefer? Like. I'd say Hutton's maybe slightly better defensively, but I mean, there isn't really much in it.
Elmo's not bad though, is he?
No, that's what I mean. Like neither of them are brilliant. So if we're going forward and playing well, I prefer Elmo at the end of a cross than Hutton. Defence is going to be shifted around to what it was the other day, which isn't ideal either. I hope that we don't. I mean, they're enforced changes, but I hope we don't tinker with it too much for Birmingham because it worked the other day.
Yeah, exactly.
So do that again.
I don't think we will. As you said, don't change a winning team, but. We're going to have to in the defence.
Not McGinn though.
I know.
It seems mental.
He's been one of our best players.
He's one of our best players to leave him out.
I know. It's a difficult one, isn't it? And
because 2 weeks ago you'd be going to kick Conor Horan out of the team.
Exactly.
But if he scored 2 goals, can you do that? I'll be interested to see what people think because the people will still not rate up. They'll be saying, yeah, he's had 1 good game, but he's still no good. Get McGinn back in there. But it's a form thing, isn't it? It's a confidence thing. McGinn's not played for 2. Conor's been good the last couple of games. Just scored 2 goals. Makes sense to leave it as it is, but. It's a nice problem to have, isn't it? Yeah. Talk about the Jack Grealish goal. I asked this on fan cams. Jack Grealish the other day or John McGinn against Sheffield Wednesday, which goal is better?
Honestly, if you're just looking at the goal itself, for me, it still has to be McGinn because it's more spontaneous. Grealish comes from a corner, like they've clearly trained, they've done that in training. Yeah. But McGinn, it was just like instinct. I'm going to blast this, and yes, it came off his shin a little bit, but it's further out. And for me, it's a better goal. But I just think for Grealish, obviously, it's Grealish. So everyone's going to be that little bit more mental, but there you go. It's
just happened as well, so I feel like it's fresh in the mind that Grealish was a massive deal and it was such a good timing as well. And just to go 4-0 and everything like that. Yeah,
and even that McGinn goal, we still look back on it as like, wow, what a goal. And we lost that game.
Yeah, that's true.
So if we'd won that game 4-0...
Yeah. I always think it looks nice when it comes off the bar as well.
Yeah.
If Jack's went in off the bar, I'd be like, oh, that was extra special. Like, there's something about it. I watched the video back, somebody mentioned it on fan cams, that the sound of the ball at the time, and I thought, oh, as if like, you couldn't hear that. I watched the video back of it, and he proper like thumps it, almost like a silence, that sound of a ball, and then obviously the cheers go up.
And the noise the fans made as well. It sounds a little bit sad, but it was like, someone said it, I think it was like a Spanish fan's noise. You know, they go, like, they make a different sort of noise.
You were going to do it?
I was going to do it, I don't want to do it. But yeah.
No, I know what you mean. It's almost like a shock, a disbelief.
It was like, what?
Going, rather than just like, wee.
Yeah.
Like, again, I'm not going to do it. But yeah, just that moment, I think, firstly, to see one goal like that in a season is special. To see two from two good quality players in the same season, that's mad. Part of me feels like the spontaneity of McGinn's makes it good. Also, the fact that Grealish was planned was good.
Yeah,
they did something in training and it worked.
Yeah.
Like, when was the last time that happened?
Exactly, especially from a corner as well. A Whelan. Shout out to Whelan for that delivery.
Somebody said that on the comments, like, fair play to Whelan because he put it on Jack's foot pretty much, like it was pinpoint.
Fair play to him.
So then, that's it for the Derby review, post-match reaction, whatever we're calling it. I think, Max, you're going to be back on the channel doing a Blues preview.
Yes.
With Dan later in the week. I think that'll be Thursday or Friday. Just quickly, thoughts on the game? Just quick little score prediction. Can we get an exclusive before the preview?
Oh, you're asking me for... You put me on the spot?
Yeah.
2-1 better.
We'll hear more about that in the preview later in the week. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel, all that usual stuff. We'll put Max's link down below as well, so you can head over there and subscribe if you want. It's up to you. Thank you very much for watching, and up the Villa.
If you enjoyed that video, why not watch another? Click the video choices on screen now to go and watch them in full. Be sure to subscribe to the channel by clicking our logo there on the left. Easy peasy.